God in the world. Don't forget the action. Don't forget the colors. And don't forget the background. We need both of them for the whole picture. We need the whole picture. Don't you want the whole picture? I want the whole picture. You want just the colors? Okay, take the colors. You want just the background? Just go watch TV maybe or something. Or go look at the daisies in the field. You can do that also. But what if you want the whole thing, the whole turkey in one gulp? What if you want the action like I do? You want a living life, a lot of things happening. But I don't want to forget. I don't want anamnesis. I want anamnesis. I got it wrong. I want anamnesis. Plato calls that anamnesis. I don't want to forget the basic dialectic of my existence. In Judaism, it's Abraham, Yitzchak. Abraham, Isaac, and Yitzchak. Abraham symbolizes the thesis. Isaac symbolizes the antithesis. And Yitzchak, Jacob symbolizes the synthesis, the entire action. So we need the background. We need Abraham to get the background of the picture. We need Yitzchak for all the colors, all the opposites and struggling against each other, the bright colors. All the moments, all the tense moments of our objective history of our life as we struggle from beat to beat of our dialectic. But then, if we're lucky, if we know how to do it, we can perhaps approach the authentic action, where we have the one in the many, the background in the foreground, and the foreground in the background. Now, some people can do it by being heroes in a war or something. That gives it to you. Some people can do it by being great fathers and mothers and raising wonderful children. That way they have the whole picture also. Other people there are all kinds of ways to get the complete action. But you see, my way here as an artist is to use my art. And when a new medium comes along, like the internet and this Logic program I'm using for music and recording, and Final Cut that I use to present the images to you before I do the bounce, before I do the what do you call it? Before I export from Final Cut to get the MOV or the MG4 file that I'm going to put on the net. We need all the whenever some new technology comes along, an artist will grab it. But still, if the technology is going to be used worth its weight, it's got to be used for some deeper purpose, not just not for gimmicks. You know, I took a look at the winning videos at Vimeo. They had a contest, 65,000 videos they had to pick from, and I would say out of the winners, I'm not going to get specific here, but I think I saw maybe one, maybe two that touched on anything more than gimmicks. So that tells you where those people are at. The media gets trapped by itself in the colors, but the colors without the background is not the action. It's not what it's about. Okay, did I say what I wanted to say? I learned a lot from the background. I learned a lot from that empty yellow space with the lines, and I learned a lot from the colors. I didn't even get to the peacock yet, or the flowers. You see, I'm using this is basic gestalt technique here. You use, Fritz Perls says, use every element. If you use every element in even the simplest image, like this one, you can solve all the problems of your whole life. You can find truth, fill in the holes. I couldn't do this process if I wasn't using my eyes to watch what I see. And I couldn't do this process if I wasn't using my ears to listen to the racket and everything, the sounds. And if I wasn't using my feelings to identify. Speaking of identifying, let's see, any other conclusions I can come to now as Franklin doing this process. Well, I kind of feel like some kind of a rabbi here. No credentials, but this is basically the healing process, and I'm illustrating it, healing myself, trying to find my own sense of direction here. This is what I'm doing on a Saturday morning instead of going to a synagogue. Why don't I go to the synagogue? Because it's so boring. I can read the Tanakh on my own and write my essay about it without standing here 3 hours and davening back and up and down, up and down. It's nice to go on Friday night. I like to go on Friday night just for the community, to do a little bit of the traditional religion, to do enough that I feel in touch with it. But somehow the idea of spending the 3 hours in the morning on Saturday, it's just somehow I don't get into it. Occasionally, maybe on a holiday. So I guess now all the from people, if there are any from people out there, can say, "Oh, this guy's a shegit, so epikoitis." Okay, that's all right. Turn me off, delete me, see if I care. But I hope some other people will identify with this particular struggle, because I think I represent maybe even the majority. So much of what do we identify with in Judaism these days? Some of us, I'm in Israel, okay, I identify with that. I'm a Zionist living in a yishuv. So some other people are going to push delete for that reason. But I get some satisfaction out of that, being part of that action, the overall action of building Israel and the Jewish people. And I got lost. What was I saying? Yeah, so in some way I represent the majority, since so many people are assimilating now. And it's so hard to find the right balance between assimilating and keeping the tradition. And if you think that Judaism is dumb, then you're dumb, because you see there's so much in it. If you just start using your brain and your ears and your eyes and your mind, all your powers, and realize how far you can go with it. This is all Kabbalah. That's all Jewish philosophy. You can get it from Aristotle, but I could say the same thing in Jewish term. I just did say the same thing in Jewish terminology. Instead of using Aristotle, I can say, "Hey, Abraham, Yitzchak, Abraham, Isaac, Yitzchak." Okay, I said the same thing. Aristotle says, or the dialectical philosophers say, basing it on Aristotle and Plato, they say thesis, antithesis, synthesis. So the Jews say Abraham, Isaac, and Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Excuse me. So, same thing. You want to go seek it out in Christianity or in drugs or something like that. But you can do that. But just realize it's right here in Judaism. And if you're too lazy or too stupid to figure it out, well, that's your problem, not Judaism's problem. All right? That's my humble opinion. Okay, so in that sense, since most of us that grew up in the United States assimilate, intermarry, I almost did it a couple times myself, then me sitting here on the edge between religious and non-religious, I'm very close to the position of Walter Benjamin in his essays, and I quoted Walter Benjamin. Okay, that's what makes Walter Benjamin so important as a kind of a prophet of our times, before the German Nazis killed him off. All right, so that's it. I'll end this little sermon right here, and I think I still might be able to learn some more from this picture. So I might go on maybe with the peacocks and the flowers and everything. All right, but look how much we got from nothing, from just looking at our pictures and using our eyes and our ears and our minds a little bit. Yeah, again, it's Maimonides' theory of prophecy. First you study, get the background, prepare yourself rationally. Then you allow yourself to have the inductive experiences here and now using your imagination. You use your eyes, your ears, you have one awareness after another, and gradually you open yourself to the integration of all these now moments. until the word emerges from all that, from the entire process. The descent on the left side into the rational understanding of everything, and then the ascent on the right side of the tree of life. And here's the tree of life right in front of your nose, right here in this picture. Right? So if I'm the tree, if I'm the branch, so first if I'm the branch speaking the burning bush here, what's my message to Moses and to the people of Israel? Message is, pay attention to the burning bush. Take the trouble to go down the right side, the left side, excuse me. Do your homework, educate yourself, get some sense in your head so you can appreciate the tradition that has been passed down for 5,000 years. And then allow yourself to be in the here and now, inductively. Live the moments and be open to the powerful ideas, that the integrative forces that are released when you do the awareness work, and when you identify with the opposites, do the dialogues, discover and integrate more and more of the opposites in your life. And that's the burning bush, the action. The action. You don't need it, you can use Aristotle, but we have it right here in Judaism. The Sephirot on the right side, on the left side going down, that's the side of reason, and on the side of intuition, imagination on the left side, the right side coming back up. Teshuvah, returning to God, going from the one to the many, and then returning from the many to the one. It's even alchemy. We're doing alchemy. We're doing science here. You say, oh, that's religion. That's not science. I'm scientific. But 500 years ago, people were doing alchemy. And alchemy is the same story. On the left side, going down the left side, you go from water down to earth, and you get stuck in the earth with all the opposites. You have the Tzimtzum moment where you go into your soul and find the new ideas. That's the avir, the new idea, the open space of the clods of earth that frees up that clogged up brain of yours, fragmented personality, opens it to the new ideas. And then the new ideas are finally the fire that comes down and negates all the negations, returns everything to the one, and you've completed the cycle one time around the spiral. And do it 1,000,000 times and you have a complete action. Do it in milliseconds, microseconds, and you have a living experience of the Messianic now. Okay, so you see, it's science, it's religion. We don't have to go outside of Judaism to find all this stuff. It's right here. But if you do leave, have a good trip, and maybe you'll come back sometime. All right, maybe we'll still be around to welcome you back, although maybe we'll be annihilated by then. Who knows? Okay, that's it for now. I'm going to stop this particular quest. All right, bye-bye.